live, so quiet. Yes, it is in the calendar invite. It's also on the event listing. Oh, you know what? There may actually be an API issue. Nope,
Oh,
it
YouTube?
worked. It worked. Okay.
It was nice of you to hope.
Okay, it is August 24th, 2024. The time is 10:37. It's a Saturday. The chair of the Libertarian Party of Indiana, and I call this regular SCC board meeting to order. The agenda, let me share the agenda, if I can remember how to do that from here. Everybody see the agenda? Everybody should have a copy of the agenda. Okay, Mr. Secretary, if you'd like to call the roll.
Right. Chair McMahon is here. Vice Chair Alexander.
Present.
Secretary Schultz is me. Treasurer Schultheis.
Present.
Tech Hagerman.
Present.
Comms Smith.
Present.
D1 Schick. John, you here? I thought I saw him.
He said in Messenger that he'd be about 10 minutes, so a couple more minutes till he's here, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, that was Liz Coquillard talking. You're here, Liz, right?
In spirit
Gee.
and body.
Wow. Impressive considering it's a Zoom meeting. D3 Avery.
Here.
D4 Lundy.
Present.
D5 Shillings.
Present.
D6 by proxy Larry Silver.
Here.
D7 Glass.
Here.
D9 Kinzer.
Here.
All right, Mr. Chair, I count 13 present and 1 absent, which is Mr. Schick until he gets here.
He was here.
I know he was, but he wasn't here when you called it to order.
Okay.
We
Okay.
can change the role when he gets here.
Yeah. Next item on the agenda is the adoption of the agenda. Is there any objection? There's Mr. Schick.
Mr. Schick, are you here?
I just admitted him. Give him a second.
Okay.
Any additions to the agenda? Any objection to the agenda being adopted as presented? Hearing none, the agenda is adopted. Mr. Smith, can you be timekeeper?
I can, but I am going to have to dive out a little bit early today.
We won't be long.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. Apparently, I tried to increase the size of my screen for the agenda, and it made my chat bigger, not the agenda. Okay, next item on the agenda is reports from officers. This past month, I've been working, doing some work within the CRM, also trying to bring some things over from the national part, the national candidates, presidential candidates, Civi CRM install over to our install, some best practices. I've also been working on getting the shop fixed. Pretty close to that. It's actually what's the hang up is the same problem that's actually happening on the Chase site right now is a shipping thing, where the shipping isn't actually calculating correctly and people pay less for shipping than what the shipping actually is. So you're losing money on every order. I believe I will have that resolved for both organizations by tomorrow. which is handy. Handled a lot of candidate inquiries and questions. Had multiple conversations with the Indiana Election Division over some issues. All of our candidates are fine, thank goodness. And assisted Kristen with the rainwater campaign where needed. Got the Gallo web stuff up, and also I've been working with our comms director to get op-eds out every couple of weeks. We did 2 back-to-back, which one got picked up by the Indy Star and was published front page by the Indy Star, and that was on civil asset forfeiture, which spawned it being picked up by several other outlets across the state, including people nationally commenting about how awesome it was. And apparently the Chase campaign is going to rip it off, which is fine. You know, I guess that's some sort of civil asset forfeiture right there. And precipitated Rob Kendall having me for the first time ever on his show to talk about it. So that was good. And that's basically about it. Any questions for the chair? Okay, hearing none, Madam Vice Chair.
Well, it's lower on the list, but we did lose 2 counties last month, officially, just due to there not being people there willing to run them. So that'll be something I'm focusing on after the election. I've been really busy with Dawn. We have 72 days left till election day. I'm working with Dawn and Fitzlaff in the District 8. We are putting on a fundraiser event. The LPIN is hosting it. The money raised will be split between candidates. Will go towards supporting our candidates and the party. Any questions? Sorry, I've been sick for the last 3 days, and this is my first full day without a fever or headache. So ask questions.
Hope you're feeling better.
Sure.
I told her she's not really been sick. She's just been wanting to avoid working in the office with me. And I haven't even been eating White Castle.
Now, would there be a reason why she wouldn't want to work in there with you?
I don't know, I'm a peach.
Are there any actual questions, though? Okay.
And Madam Vice Chair, can you take over continuing through the agenda with the remaining officer reports? I need to take an emergency phone call.
Okay. Yep. All right. So we're moving on to Michael. Treasurer's report.
As of July 31st, the balance across all of our accounts is $5,964.50. And as of yesterday, the balance across all of our accounts is $5,609.59. As I understand it, we've paid all of the deposits for our 50th gala at the CRG Event Center in Plainfield. And I'm not aware of any large expenditures that are still owed. So we should be going in a positive financial direction.
We did secure a platinum sponsor, Mark Rutherford, for the 50th anniversary party. But the payment has not come in yet, but considering he's our lawyer, I trust that we'll get it. But he wanted to reserve it. But he was also heading to Miami, so for the LNC meeting, because he is also our national vice chair. Any other questions for the treasurer? Okay. Oh, by the way, Madam Vice Chair, I'm back. All right, Mr. Secretary, your report, sir.
All right. So I'm gonna have to plug in my computer. I'm running out of battery, so if I cut out, I'm sorry. I'm getting bad Wi-Fi signals, but Yeah, I mean, nothing much to report except that the chairs requested that I put minutes on the website. I intend to get that done by the next meeting. And did we approve minutes?
No, we kicked him to this week.
Yeah, we need.
So we have the minutes from the July meeting and the minutes from the June meeting and the minutes from the candidate endorsement meeting or
Yes.
candidate nomination meetings.
Yeah.
Madam Chair.
My notes from the last meeting say we addressed the June 8th, 15th, and 20th minutes
And
in
I
the
know
July
that we
meeting.
passed something because people hadn't read them.
Okay.
Okay. I would accept the motion to adopt all submitted pending minutes.
So moved.
Seconded.
Moved by, I believe that was Mr. Kinzer, seconded by Mr. Smith. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, say nay. Okay, there you go, Mr. Secretary. Next item on the agenda is LNC update. All of our LNC representatives are currently at the LNC meeting in Miami. I have no new information other than Robert Kennedy announced yesterday in a really long rambling press conference that I had to sit through the entire thing that he is suspending his campaign and he is removing himself from the ballot in 10 swing states. Other than that, don't know. I can tell you that as of yesterday, there was a new ad on Facebook paid for by the Libertarian National Committee for the Kennedy Victory Fund, which was brand new. So it seems like for some reason the joint fundraising agreement is continuing to move forward. Any questions that I might be able to answer about the LNC? I know they're meeting in Miami today, right now. Madam Vice Chair.
Do you know if Mr. Nicalia was present at the meeting?
At the meeting today? I do not, because it's not being live streamed in any way, shape, or form. So I don't know. I didn't hear what the roll call was for the meeting. I would assume he'd be there. It's like
I asked because it was in the business list that if he missed this meeting, he would be removed from the board as too many absences. So
because you're only allowed two. Once you have the second one, you're gone. So I do not know. Any other questions? Okay, hearing none, moving on to the next item on the agenda is comms report. Mr. Smith.
Yeah, as Evan mentioned earlier, we have put out a couple of op-eds, sent them to our media distribution list, which is statewide. The one on civil asset forfeiture has gotten a lot of traction. Front page of the Indianapolis Star's website. It was the second item in their daily email that was sent out about 10 hours after we put it in their inbox. And so that was something that just got a tremendous amount of traction. It's been picked up, as Mr. Chair mentioned, nationally. It got 91 shares on Facebook, which is a lot of interaction for us. Our social media team's been really hard at work. We've been putting out usually one, sometimes 2 to 3 posts, but often one post each weekday on all of our 3 social channels. Our Facebook post impressions are up 24% this month, and link clicks are up 113% over last month, with the Donald Rainwater, Mike Braun property tax comparison getting by far the most engagement, but the op-ed on asset forfeiture right behind that. So we'll continue to spotlight our candidates and libertarian philosophy through our social media, and also promote our party through our website and through media releases and op-eds, and sending things out to the statewide media, because we're getting a lot of earned media through that.
I'm going to be proposing to the social media team later today a amended schedule. Like to see a candidate post every day. See how that affects the algorithm for us. But so every day a candidate post, and then all of our other things that we normally would do, intersperse those, but still going no more than 2 posts a day. But highlighting candidates, even if we're posting the candidates who are putting in the work and have events and have things, if we're featuring them 2 or 3 times in a week, I'm okay with that because they're putting in the work. But let's not have any dead days where we don't have a candidate post. Let's have 7 days of something about a candidate, even if it's just us resharing something from their Facebook page. That comes from a couple of candidates asking for that. And I agree. Any questions for the comms director?
Thank you, Andrew. You're doing a great job.
No, thank you. It's a pleasure.
All right, up next, tech director, Mr. Haberman.
Not much to report. I've been working on the rainwater campaign and helping out with some of the media advisories, and that's about it. Is there any questions for me?
Okay, hearing none. Madam Vice Chair, if you'd like to give a membership report.
Hold on. I had a question for Chuck, but I couldn't get my thing
Oh,
unmuted.
go ahead, Ms. Claus.
Yes.
So I was on Civi yesterday or Thursday, I can't remember, and trying to send emails out to members. And when Evan was giving me the training, he had noticed that if I put in like current members or to try and filter out the multiples, his name came up on the like lapsed, but not, I don't know, the radio button wasn't working on the Civi. Is that something that I should bring up to you or later on to someone else, not in a meeting?
What she's referring to is she's looking for lapsed members, but people who are completely lapsed. But if you just search for lapsed members, it's giving you, I'm a lifetime, I'm a 94 society, but my triple membership is lapsed. So it's bringing me up as that. So when the last email she sent out to a bunch of people who had, including a couple of lifetime members who were told they were lapsed. And the way we normally would do it is not working. Actually, that's on me, Libby. I haven't taken care of that yet. I need to put in a support ticket with our with Andy.
Okay.
Because he's the one that's going to have to fix that to figure out why it's not working
Okay.
correctly right now.
Well, I am trying to be better at this, like communicating to members, but it's difficult sometimes. All right, thank you.
Sure.
Libby, I have a long workaround. It's like several steps and a search for you to pull up a list of those people. I can sit down with you one afternoon this week, this upcoming week, if you have time, and show you how to do that. It's just, we'll have to sit down together because there's like 15 different moving parts.
If you let me know what that search is, I can program that into Search Kit and make
Okay.
a button that people just then have to hit.
Okay.
Great, thanks.
Any other questions on tech? Okay, hearing none. I will say that I only know of one county who has taken us up on the voter gravity. I'm not aware of anybody else registering, including candidates. The county did it before they even got the email about the rebate and incentive because they just wanted to use it. And that was Floyd County. So Rock-on Floyd County. They're like, we don't care about the incentive. You just need it. So I consider that a written declaration that we don't have to pay them any money. Yeah. So please talk to your
Disagree.
counties, please talk to your local candidates. There's great benefit to going door knocking. Okay, next up on the agenda, I believe, is District 1. Oh, wait, no,
Okay.
we never did the membership. I'm
We
sorry.
never did membership
Madam
yet.
Vice Chair, membership report, please.
Well, we are slightly down again for August. This is kind of to be expected, partially because I am distracted by the campaign, and just because 'tis the way of things after, the way National sees us. But we did get 2 new members, like Evan said before the meeting started, and we had a return member in District 3. I was really surprised to see that come across. Julie Laranaga renewed. Yeah, so that was just really positive. And we're still doing better than all the other states, and we're still doing better than we were in January. So we just will, as we hit the 60-day mark for the election and people start to care about politics, they'll ask for yard signs and then become members. And as we engage them and use them on the campaign trail, our membership numbers will go up. Any questions?
I can say that the 2 new members came from the op-eds, because I can see what emails they clicked on. And so that's pretty exciting to know that not only are we getting media attention, but people who were in our database as contacts but had never been a member, seeing the steady communication, seeing where we stand on issues. We're getting those people. I did get negative feedback on the last one. When is a tip bribery? I did get a couple emails negative about the civil asset forfeiture, but there were also people who had never been members, including one person who responds negatively anytime anything ever goes out. But it's actually, he makes interesting points, so I still engage him. I just disagree with him. So doing that as a reference point for people in the future, having that regular communication does spur membership. All right. Any other questions for the Vice Chair on membership?
What's
Mr.
the
Secretary.
total number of members now?
I had 538
38.
when I pulled the report this morning.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
My question would actually probably fit better in rainwater updates, so I will wait for that.
Our actual unique member number on August, like 4th, when I got the report out, was 526, and our total memberships was 609.
Because there's a couple in there that from the report that I pulled that are not real. They're like affiliate demo is one that gets, and I didn't take that out, but I think it was the number I saw today was 536. But that's also including lifetime members from out of state. Okay, District 1, Mr. Schick.
In District 1, we had another Service Saturday type beach cleanup at the Indiana Dunes on July 27th. We find that those get good response on the Facebook and social media. We've got a spot on the Popcorn Festival Parade on September 7th. We'll have 2 vehicles with signs on them and several people walking the parade on September 7th. Of course, anybody that wants to join in can. I forget who all. I think Andy Horning's coming up to be in that parade with us, and maybe a couple of other candidates. But it's a lot of people at the Popcorn Valparaiso. Let's see, other than that, Porter and LaPorte counties continue to have regular meetings. Lake County has continues to have engagement on Facebook, but doesn't have regular meetings. That's all for District 1. Any questions?
How is Dakota doing up there? Dakota Miskus.
He's he shows up on social media. We haven't had in District 1, we haven't had other than the Popcorn Festival parade, not other events that he can attend. I know he showed up at the parade in LaPorte a month ago, but other than that, I don't know exactly what he's doing.
Any questions for Mr. Shea? Okay, hearing none. District 2, Ms. Coquillard.
Okay, so Kosciuszko County had their third Friday on August 16th. They have their business meeting at Hoploy Brewery on September 5th. September 13th through the 15th will be at Fancy Tramp Hippie Fest, and September 20th will be their third Friday. In Elkhart County, I know my report says nothing new, but we do have an upcoming parade. September 21st, the Napanee Apple Festival Parade will be marching in that. And Elkhart County also made a $300 donation to the Donald Rainwater campaign. So if any other county affiliates want to jump on board, I think another affiliate also donated $300. But that's all for Elkhart County. St. Joseph County wrote a essay here, but they booth the fair. They hosted Mike Tremont. I don't know why we're going back to July. We had their county meeting at Indiana Whiskey Company, Charlie Florence's building, and I think we're going to be having our election night party there. So if anybody doesn't have a place to land on election night, come join us. Tim's been getting a lot of airtime on 95.3 and WOWO across northern Indiana, talking about the rainwater campaign and property taxes and whatnot. You can read more on that in the report. And there's been a lot of focus on the solar issue in the county. And at their business meeting, they had a lot of candidates come and talk about their campaign with us. But yeah, you can read more about St. Joseph County in the report. Does anybody have any questions?
Okay.
The chair had one in the chat, I think.
Oh, are you coming to the gala after?
Who, me? Oh,
Yeah.
is it that's the 21st, isn't it?
Yep.
Well, yeah, I'm planning on it.
Okay.
So either the parade will happen without me or vice versa. I don't know. We'll figure it out. One of the candidates wanted to march in it, so I think it's in the morning.
Okay. District 3, Miss Avery.
Sorry, I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm paying attention to what's going on in the meeting. All right, I emailed out a report. I'll just hit the highlights. Allen County and Whitley County are the most active counties. They meet regularly. Whitley County does a lot of parades. Allen County is hosting the Service Saturday. That is on the 14th of September. We're going to be removing invasive species in a woods. So bring your bug spray. Hopefully it's just plants and not animals, because I don't want to remove animals. DeKalb County is kind of struggling right now. So if anybody out there knows anybody in DeKalb County that wants to join up, please send them my way. And we're getting all of our rainwater signs out as fast as possible. The 3rd district candidate, Jared Lancaster, has been very busy. He's going out on his own and finding different parades and events to attend. And he's on TikTok. I don't know much about TikTok, but it seems like he's really putting in a lot of work. So I'm very happy about that. Allen County is also wondering about our website that's supposed to be happening. What's some progress on that? And if we could also go over the triple membership, where that's at too, that would be awesome. Thank you.
We'll just say membership, no update, or the website, there's no update. We're working out something with Andy He sent us a proposal last night to basically do them for us moving forward. Triple membership payments have been going out. If you didn't get a triple membership payment this month, it's because you didn't have a new triple member this month. But they went out the first week of August. They went out last month as well at the beginning of the month. Back payments will be pending. Mr. Secretary or Mr. Treasurer. That'd be you, Michael. You're muted.
Sorry. Regarding the back payments, we are scheduling those, spreading those out amongst the remaining months, so we're not getting a huge hit to our bank account, but we are scheduling out the past payments, so those should be going out around the first of the month.
But importantly, we're not building up any back payments. We're not building up any new back payments. Everything's going out at the beginning of the month.
Right.
Okay. Any questions for District 3? Hearing none. District 4, Mr. Lundy.
District 4, we're actually bounced back up just a bit on members. We're staying pretty steady from where we were at the beginning of the year. Slightly up, slightly down, trickle. Morgan County and Tippecanoe County, it's festival season, so if you need a volunteer opportunity, please contact myself or Steve Mayoris. We have work for you. Please join us. The big news for District 4 is we lost our anchor member in Boone County. I think you'll see that further down the agenda. It's probably about time to pull the plug on that one. There's just nobody left to keep things going. Ronnie's moved to Hamilton County. He'll be joining District 5 and Lori over there. But he will continue to help me try to have meetings in Boone County and get things going, but it's not worth holding on to at this point with the number of members who are participating. So that's about all I have. Any questions?
Any questions for District 4? Okay, hearing none. District 5, Ms. Shillings.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. District 5 has been pretty busy. Grant County had their meeting on August 15th and established that they'll be doing door knocking on September 15th and would like to help out Don Rainwater to distribute his information. And then they will be assisting Don Rainwater staffing at the booth at the Jonesboro River Rally from September 26th through September 29th in Jonesboro. Hamilton County had their service Saturday on August 11th and helped out feedingteam.org. We cleaned, organized, and restocked their food pantries at like 7 different locations. Thank you very much to our secretary for that help. We will have an outreach booth at the Cicero Street Festival later today, so I'll be having to leave pretty quickly after the meeting. Door knocking is still planned for September for our county, and our next meeting will be 9/18. Madison County claims against their candidate for the ballot was dropped, thanks to the chair for his hard work on the matter. Howard County is growing, and Aaron Fowle and Crystal Phillips are still interested in leadership positions, and they should be reaching out to Evan to schedule the organizing convention within 45 days, I think. We have to have some notice.
It's not an organizing convention. It's going to be a special convention, and
okay.
I'm just waiting to see when I can call it. And then I'll schedule it, and then we'll hold a Zoom meeting with the membership there. But Aaron has been on it for quite a while,
right?
And it's been my fault, but he's bugging me the appropriate amount of bugging. So I anticipate that by our next meeting, we should, if not have had the meeting, at least called the meeting.
Okay, because I knew we had to have some time there to announce that. And if you'd like, I can share your personal number with him, because he texts me all the time. They did attend a recent Hamilton County gathering to get a better understanding of how meetings are run. They're very interested in doing it in a very professional and good way so that they can move their party forward. I shared agenda minutes and the really old 2017 affiliate manual that I have in my files so that they can kind of have that to refer to. And are very helpful in distributing signs in the 5th district. Membership is pretty stable, gaining 1 in Hamilton. Thank you, District 4. And that is all I have today. Thank you.
Okay, any questions for District 5? Hearing none. District 6, since you're a proxy, Luke did submit. Are you willing to pass the time?
Sure.
Okay. District 7, Ms. Glass.
District 7, Marion County had our meeting on Wednesday of last week at the Centerpoint Brewing Company. For the past several meetings, we have not made quorum. So any suggestions on how to encourage people to come to a meeting? I'm open to it. I had several people reach out to me through the district email to ask about participating in the party, and also I had one person ask about running for office. He sent me an email in July, so I knew the deadline was over for that, and I informed him, but I said, please come to our meeting and we will consider you for next run, blah blah blah. And then also Rusty got an interview with WFYI either yesterday or next Friday. He wasn't clear exactly as to which Friday it is. So I offered to assist him in prepping for that, and he declined. So I think that's it. Oh, I'm working through my list of Johnson County and Marion County signs. And we're getting there.
Excellent. Any questions for Ms. Glass? Okay, hearing none. District 9, Mr. Kinzer.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I sent out the report. There wasn't a lot to report on. We did hold a rally at the beginning, August 10th for Donald Rainwater in Clarksville or Jeffersonville. I believe it wasn't a bad turnout. Some new people came out, got to meet Don. It was a pretty good event. Lawrence County, Clark County, Floyd County, Jackson, Monroe are consistently holding their monthly meetings. I think Monroe's last one was June 29th, and they had the fair the first week of July. Don Rainwater was there. They have a game preserve night coming up on September 9th. Jackson County just held a meeting in Uniontown, Indiana, and it was a good turnout there, according to Hippie Rick. He reached out to me and talked to me about that meeting. They're looking to hold a booth in Bologna at the Fort Bologna Days. Going to get me some information on that as well. Floyd County is going to be hosting their September meetup on the 18th of September at Beer City Winery. They're holding bi-monthly meetings. Our next meeting in Lawrence County will be the 15th or the 22nd. We haven't got that date officially ironed down, but it'll be one of those 2 days in September. And that's about it at the current moment.
Any questions for Mr. Kinzer? Okay, hearing none. Thank you, Mr. Kinzer. Next on the agenda is a break. Any objection to moving through the break? Okay, hearing none. Next item on the agenda is gaming. I did receive a request from a county party to use our raffle license. I need from the treasurer, Mr. Schulteis, if you can handle the paperwork and documentation on that. Let me know what we need, because I can't remember that process. But so I would like to be able to let them use, especially since we're not using it right now. Post-campaign, post-election, I'd like to have another sit-down meeting with the gaming committee to come up with a schedule for 2025, especially since it's a non-election year. Having gaming events will bring in more revenue and more exposure. Any questions about gaming? Okay, hearing none. Next up is the data team, Mr. Lundy.
Participation in voter gravity is 0. And I have a request from Evan to do an update on matching our SOS data to our contact list. So I'm going to work on that. That's it.
Any questions for Mr. Lundy?
Sorry, that's like, so like even the rainwater team isn't, or is that you just mean in our instance?
Kristen has made 6 phone calls. That's it. And those were probably test phone calls.
Okay.
Danny, do we see Floyd County? Are they on our dashboard?
I haven't seen that yet. No.
We probably need to send a thing to Chris Littleton asking to have that county added, so that we can see what work's going on there. Madam Vice Chair, would you like to respond to Mr. Lundy? His incendiary.
I just wanted to say that I gave Jennifer the email address for Chris at Voter Gravity. So
have you talked to her recently? Have they been onboarded? Because she didn't email me back to say she hadn't been.
No, they haven't been. As of that was a couple days ago, the 19th of August. Okay. She had not.
Okay. Ms. Cocoler.
I talked to St. Joseph County candidates about using Voter Gravity on Monday, and I had a candidate reach out to me on Tuesday or Wednesday about it. Who do I refer them to get signed up for Voter Gravity? Is it
well, if it's one of the people that aren't currently on the website as a candidate, they did not get the email. Otherwise, county chairs also got the email with the link to get signed up. So,
okay. It was the candidate that wasn't on the website. So I will tell
it's
Tim.
The same link, it's the same agreement. So the one that you or Will, I can't remember which one of you is the chair there in Elkhart. One of you received that email and it has the link and it's the exact same link.
Okay.
If you have any other questions on that, hit me up on Facebook. You hit me up on Facebook, not some random person.
Yeah.
Okay. That was data. Convention, Madam Vice Chair.
Evan actually found a potential speaker. He's talking to them. They're an LGBTQ organizational leader. And then I have a meeting next week with a gentleman who is based out of Indy, who is a farmer who takes meals around to people that fall through the cracks in the system, people who don't quite qualify for assistance and things like that, or who like maxed out assistance. So he grows his own produce and then gives it away to people for free and goes out on these community. He reached out to the Rainwater campaign, but I'm going to ask him to be a speaker at convention. We still have the Friday night deposit to pay, but we don't need to pay that till post-election. And I don't have any further updates other than go to the gala on the 21st, because that is the location of our convention next year, and you will get a sneak peek of what it might look like.
Is it the punk rock farmer?
No.
Okay, because that's what he does too. So I just want to make sure, because that would be twice in 3 years.
Right.
Okay. Any questions about the 2025 convention? Okay, one thing that we need to start thinking about is the 2026 convention. And based off of how the 21st goes, we may, have district reps put out a RFP for 2026, but we may also just ask CRG to also put in a bid for 2026. But we want to have that locked before we have the next convention. Okay, hearing no questions about that, about the convention. Unfinished business, general orders, legal updates. I can give this update outside of executive session. We lost our appeal in the Seventh Circuit. Our ballot access case with the Green Party and several independents. There were multiple significant factual errors in their judgment. And I mean significant factual errors, like when the deadline, when you can start petitioning, was a factual error. So this is not controversial. This isn't secret. The attorneys have given us options, which is to appeal en banc, which is to have the entire district, not just 3 judges, but the entire district court to hear our appeal. And also to submit it to the Supreme Court for review. Because there's controversy, because there are different rulings in different districts on the same issues of ballot access. They're expecting that we'll do both or one, meaning the state, so I'm not giving away legal secrets here. What will happen, we don't know. The attorneys are considering it and then asking us, the plaintiffs, what we want to do. So I'll report back with more on that later. Any other questions about legal updates? I will say I've engaged Mark Rutherford a couple of times, our lawyer, in his capacity as our counsel, when it came to a couple of issues over the last couple of months with county clerks specifically. And they didn't go any further than that. But we do have to pay for that counsel and that advice. If somebody is having an issue within their county, and it's not just candidate related, but if there's something that a town board, a township board, the city council, the county council is doing that is unlawful, and you think maybe it's something that we should bring up, do feel free to send me an email about it. I may say that it's the party doesn't have standing, but if I think the party does have standing, I'll take it to Mark, see if it's something we can get involved in. But do send me those emails. I'm happy to go over them and use that part of my thinking cap. Okay. Well, that's because that's what it's listed as in Civi, Liz. Anyway, any questions about legal? Okay, hearing none. The next item on the agenda is the 50th gala. Let's see, update on the gala. It's Saturday, September 21st. We will have, I'm keeping it confidential for now, but we will have some fun and interesting speakers. People that you don't hear from all the time. So it's, you know, obviously you're going to hear from me. You'll probably hear some from Mark Rutherford, since he's a former chair and the current vice chair of the National Party. But it's not going to be the same people that you hear all the time. We're talking to older chairs coming back. We're talking to some of our older candidates, some of our high profile candidates from the past. And so we'll have different speakers that you're not used to hearing from on a regular basis. Tickets are $100 per person. They are on sale right now. The link is there. Please encourage people to purchase. I think as of right now, me and Kristen and Lori are the only board members who've purchased tickets. Meeting for the 21st. I think we said that would be a remote meeting since it wasn't going to be at the location. That was my recollection, was that we were going to do a remote meeting and make it short, something, no reports, no nothing, financial report, maybe membership report, and then if there's a critical thing that needs to be added to the agenda. I think that was what we agreed to. Is there any objection to that? Okay, hearing none, that's what we're going to do. Make a note of that, Mr. Secretary, officially in the minutes. Any questions about the gala?
So, sorry, that's the next SCC meeting will be September 21st, and it's remote at what time?
The same normal time, 10:30.
Okay.
Actually, Chuck, can you go in there and change the September 21st SCC meeting to remote 10:30. Thank you. Any other questions about the gala? Oh yeah, sorry, Liz, that sucks. Okay, next item on, yeah, the kickoff did get removed from the website. I did that just the other day because it was actually listed in the Region 3 Northern Conference report to the LNC. The draft of it that I saw had the fall kickoff, and I was like, oh no, 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 no. And he was like, well, I got it from your website. And I went, oh shit, let me go remove that real quick. So I mean, oh dang, let me go remove that real quick. All right, rainwater updates, Madam Vice Chair.
Well, we have a lot going on. Don is getting interview requests left and right. He has several scheduled pre-recorded podcasts, Wish TV, WFYI, WTHR, you name it. We've received our criteria for the Wish TV debate in October. We're still waiting on our criteria for the Fox debate. We have radio ads. They begin on September 9th. We have print ads. We have 3 billboards up on the west side of the state. And then I will be purchasing 3 more. We purchased $10,000 worth of digital out-of-home advertising. These are the ads that you're going to see at the gyms, your coffee shops, your gas pumps. Our radio ad for 4 weeks. We did purchase the production. So if you know anybody that runs a podcast, Chris Spangle is already airing Don's ads. Anybody who would like to donate advertising space in kind, we have FCC compliant recordings that sound really great. Don has huge events coming up. He's very busy in September at the beginning. On the 11th, he has 4 different events. Our website is current and up to date with all of the planned events. Tomorrow is our biggest event of the year so far, as it's 2 events in Evansville and New Harmony. So down in the 8th District, we'll be busy from 1 p.m. till 8 p.m. Come hang out with us. There'll be a nacho contest and live music. Let's see. I already told you about the Aiming for Liberty event in Terre Haute on the 14th of September. We've given out over 3,000 signs. I'm about to make another order. And that order will probably be fulfilled before October. So I need to make sure that, you guys are, if you need help, you need volunteers. I have a lot of people that have reached out from outside the party in districts. If you need names and emails of people who are willing to pass out signs that you already have, if you could let me know how many signs you have left in your possession, that would be helpful. I have plenty of rack cards. 72 days. So let me know what you need from me to help Dawn get across that finish line with a win. Clayton.
So, I thought I saw an email that the yard sign lists were updated, but the Google Drive where I was finding them does not appear to be updated.
Yeah. So I looked at that this morning. Yesterday I was in there looking at them and they were being edited. But I guess that just didn't get finished. So I would expect that to be done by tomorrow.
Okay. I just want to make sure I was looking in the right place, but that is where they will be once they're updated. Okay. Thank you.
Mr. Kinzer.
I'll leave some rack cards from you, Kristen, just so you know, for Don, because I only have like half a pack left. So I'll have an event coming up in Washington County. We're going to do on the night of this one night on the square. So I'll need some for that for sure.
What day is that?
That is the 3rd Friday, I believe, of September. That's the one that we would really like Don to come to if he was available, but we know he's busy, so.
I've got 2 stacks here in the office. Are you going to be up in Indy between now and then?
I can work my way to get there.
Okay, I'm here every day from 6 a.m. until 6 p.m. Monday, I will be leaving early because I have to babysit my nephew while my sister goes see Rob Zombie or something, Pearl Jam or something. But I'm here and I've got two bundles of rat cards.
Also, real quick, just to ask real quick, did Corey Michaels get back with you from Michael Signs in reference to those digital signs in Bedford? Okay, I may try to reach out to him as well to get him to get back with you.
Go to the left side of the house.
Any other questions about rainwater update? No. I would mention to any candidates, especially our congressional and other statewide candidate, Mr. Andy Horning, if you guys want to participate or send in a written report or written requests or anything like that, please feel free to do so. My email, obviously, chair@lpin.org. We'd love to hear your updates and what you're doing and what you need help with. I do know I spoke to Fitzlaff, our 9th congressional candidate. He's got a lot of things that he's doing. He's been working really hard. He's got a lot of events, but not a lot of help. He's in Clay County. He has a large event. He needs somebody to work the booth for a couple hours while he goes to another county for a candidate interview. So if you go to his website, Fitzlaff for Congress, and it's the number 4, he has all of the events on there. If anybody's available to go and participate in that, that'd be great. Also on someday in September 4th, 11th, 14th. Kristen, what day is the event?
14th.
Okay, 14th in Terre Haute at Top Guns. We have the VIP event that Kristen mentioned. There's 2 ticket options. $50 includes ice cream social and pizza with our special guests from the LPIN, Donald Rainwater and Fitzlaff for Congress. And the $100 VIP gets you both the ice cream and pizza social as well as range time at Top Guns. Some ammo, some firearms will be available, but you are strongly encouraged to bring your own firearm and your own ammo. Also, the range is 18 and up, but there is a viewing area for minors that they can sit and watch you shoot at things. And those tickets are also available on the LPIN website. And I know the candidates are pushing out the link for that as well. And that is September 14th. We held an event for Dawn there in 2020 and an event for James Siniak and Jeff Moore there in 2022. It's a great place. It's huge place. The ice cream is amazing. So look forward to that event on the 14th of September. Okay. Next up on the agenda is Boone County disaffiliation. Mr. Lundy, if you would like to speak to this motion.
I pretty much covered it earlier. Ronnie has moved to Hamilton County. He was the kind of the anchor member driving the meetings. Alyssa just simply doesn't have the time. I don't think she's actually renewed her membership. We have maybe 2 other members out there, 3. It's not a lot. That we've had some passing interest in, but not a lot. At this point, I was kind of holding on to Boone County, as you know, since I became a district rep. It's been, everybody had moved away. They officially closed the paperwork with the clerk. That's all done. They don't have a bank account. They don't have anything. We really just held on to it because Ronnie was very interested in getting it going. So that time has now passed because he got a new house. And so it's time to just take them off the books. Yes, Kristen.
So they don't need to actually disaffiliate. They already.
We have to disaffiliate them.
We haven't disaffiliated them as the LPIN, but they've closed everything with the government.
Okay.
We actually have to pass a motion, and I believe what I heard was, Danny, was that a motion to disaffiliate Boone County?
Yes.
Okay, the motion's been made. Is there a second?
Second.
This will require a roll call vote, Mr. Secretary. I should say that the disaffiliations require a roll call vote, so there'll be one more in a second.
Okay.
Is there anybody that would like to speak against the motion while the secretary is doing this? Okay, hearing none.
That's been closed.
So to
Yep.
Mr. Sullivan.
I'm good. So D9 Kinzer,
Aye.
D7 Glass,
Aye.
D6 Silver,
Yes.
D5 Shillings,
Aye.
D4 Lundy,
Aye.
D3 Avery,
Yes.
D2 Cocolard,
Yes.
D1 Schick,
Yes.
Com Smith,
Yes.
Tech Hagerman,
Yes.
Treasurer Schulteis,
Aye.
Secretary Soltz, I will vote yes. Vice Chair Alexander,
Yes.
Chair, are you voting?
I am voting and I'm voting no.
Okay. I count 13 yes votes and 1 no vote.
Okay, so that motion passes. We will need to, we don't need to do any update with the county party leadership because there is none, but we do need to change them on our website and everything else. So we'll take care of that and change them on the map to being
Done.
dark. Next one, actually, and I'll be making this motion, Mr. Secretary, because it came to me from a county that does not have a district rep. Vanderburgh County sent me an email, I believe yesterday, stating that they had officially filed their disbandment paperwork with the county clerk, and they were sending the money in the bank account to the state party. They also, since they have not had a bank account in quite a while, they have forfeited their triple membership. They have forfeited their triple membership payments. And that was on, they said that their back payments, they understand. They did express that they would like the money to be used for candidates. We'll use it as we deem fit. I would accept a motion to
You're making this motion, Mr. Chair.
I move to disaffiliate Vanderburgh County.
I will second.
Seconded by the secretary. Is there any discussion that anybody wants to have other than what I just did? Mr. Silver.
If I could ask just one question, has there been a attempt to reach out to membership down there to see if anybody would want to take it? And if
They
you do-
voted to disband.
Okay.
That is the end of that. They have made the decision to do that. We are just doing the last steps. We can encourage people to reaffiliate and to reform the organization, but they voted at their meeting to shut down their county party. So there is nothing to take over. There is, it would need to start from scratch anyway.
All right. Am I allowed to ask one more question?
Sure, it's America, man.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, I don't know your rules. You know, you're a Robert Rules expert. You've proven that to me more than once. The money that they're sending back, is there a way just to earmark that for that county so when they do reaffiliate, they have money to start up with?
So my statement is we will use the money as the state party determines it should be used.
Okay.
I would prefer to honor their request, which is to support candidates with it. That would be my expressed desire, but I won't bring that forward, and I'd probably bring it forward in an email ballot, honestly, once we actually receive the funds from the county party. So I just can't legally state that we will earmark funds for something. So we'll use it how we determine we should use it. But obviously I prefer and supporting our candidates with whatever funds we can. Does that answer your question, Mr. Silver?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, and also to the Indiana Election Division watching at home. All right, ready for a roll call, Mr. It was moved, it was seconded by you. Ready for a roll call, Mr. Secretary.
All right, Vice Chair Alexander,
Aye.
Secretary Soltz will vote yes. Treasurer Schultheis,
Aye.
Tech Hagerman,
Yes.
Comms Smith,
Aye.
D1 Schick,
Aye.
D2 Coquillard,
Aye.
D3 Avery,
Yes.
D4 Lundy,
Aye.
D5 Shillings,
Aye.
D6 Silver,
No.
D7 Glass,
Aye.
D9 Kinzer.
Aye.
All right, Mr. Chair, you voting?
I am only because, and I would state I would vote no, but since I am the mover of the motion, I am compelled to vote yes. But it's in under duress.
Me too.
There's no
Okay.
rule against voting against your own motion.
I'm not sure there is.
It is strongly discouraged for a person under Roberts to bring a motion to vote it down.
Yes, but the only actual rule is for bringing a motion from the table regarding how you voted.
But
We're
I can,
obligated to bring that motion because we have no District 8 rep. We all understand.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, if you guys don't object, then I would actually like to amend my vote to no. Because
yeah.
we should only be voting to disaffiliate when there is significant cause.
Yeah.
And even though they've asked, I don't believe in giving up, but they asked. So
So forgive me, Mr. Chair. Why didn't we had opportunity to speak for or against? I mean, it seems like why didn't you bring that up before we all voted?
Oh, I mean, I still think it should go through. I just think it's inappropriate for leadership to vote to do that when there's no cause.
I was saying that's why it's hard to say yes, but I said yeah, I said aye, but I don't really agree.
All right. I don't like any of this, but I count 12 yes and 2 no, Mr. Chair.
Okay, Mr. Secretary, Ms. Alexander.
While we're on disaffiliations, I just have a quick question. Did we ever receive the paperwork from Washington County?
Yeah,
No,
yes, we did.
Mr. Kinzer was supposed to send me a copy of it. Oh, wait, no, you did send
Yes,
me.
I did.
You did. As a matter of fact,
I was going to ask you, would we be doing that the same thing here? Would we need to vote on that since they filed
Yes.
the paperwork? Okay.
However, they haven't asked.
It doesn't matter. They filed the paperwork and we received copies. Would there be an objection?
We're in new business. It's in order.
Yeah. Mr. Kinzer, would you like to make a motion?
I would entertain making a motion to disaffiliate Washington County as they have filed the paperwork to close down their county affiliations.
I don't believe you meant entertain. I believe you meant you would like to make a motion.
Oh my gosh, he always fixes me. I am not right on the wording. Yes, you're correct, sir.
I say I would entertain a motion when I need somebody else to do it.
I get it.
Okay, so the motion has been made by Mr. Kinzer to disaffiliate Washington County. Is there a second?
Second.
I did that.
Seconded by Mr. Soltz, by the secretary. Was that correct?
Yeah, I'll let Lundy have it. I
Okay,
second the last
Mr.
one.
Lundy. Any discussion against or for? Mr. Silver?
I'm sorry, I'm being the pain today. For how, if they're disaffiliated, how does that affect their candidates on the ballot and then the social media presence that they have?
That's a kind of different discussion. They have refused to give back the social media accounts. Affecting the candidates on the ballot, it doesn't affect it because they've already nominated those candidates and their paperwork was already submitted and they're already valid. This just removes them from us. It just separates us, our website. It means there's no official county party there. They have already filed the paperwork with the county clerk to disband. And that's true in all 3 of these counties. Boone County did it a long time ago. Danny asked us not to disaffiliate them, to keep them recognized by the state. even though they weren't really a county party anymore. These are not county parties anymore. Vanderburgh County is no longer a county party. Washington County is no longer a county party. We are saying we accept that official designation that there is no county party there, and that new people can try to form a county party if they would like to. Does that make sense, Mr. Silver?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Ready for any other questions or comments on the motion? The motion is to disaffiliate Washington County.
I can speak to it just briefly. If there are people who are being bogged down, and it is sad, there is perhaps a difference in this one that the state party has had a rocky relationship with the Washington affiliate. There were times when SCC members were not welcome at their meetings. So personally, I feel that this is even perhaps more on its own. Maybe it's debatable whether or not that would prompt disaffiliation, but that on top of the paperwork, I do not feel any bones about voting yes on this motion.
Actually, to echo the secretary, this is one that I'll be voting yes on because this one also carried costs. This one was going to be considered whether they file paperwork or not. So this one I think is not us abandoning and giving up. This is for previous actions, as well as the fact that they did actually disband the clerk. Any other questions or comments? Okay, go ahead and call the roll, Mr. Secretary.
Okay, I will start with you, Mr. Chair, since you said you're voting.
I vote yes.
Vice Chair Alexander?
Yes.
I am voting yes. Secretary Schultz is yes. Treasurer Schulteis?
Aye.
Tech Hagerman?
Aye.
Comms Smith?
Aye.
D1 Schick?
Aye.
D2 Coquillard?
Aye.
D3 Avery?
Yes.
D4 Lundy?
Aye.
D5 Shillings?
Yes.
D6 Silver?
Abstain.
D7 Glass?
Yes.
D9 Kinzer?
Yes.
Sorry for my faces. I should turn my camera off. Things just surprise me. I'm not judging. I'm so sorry.
I'm judging.
I should control.
I judge all the
Her
time.
name is no longer on the website.
So I count 13 yes votes and 0 no votes.
And one abstention.
That counts as not a vote.
Okay, next item on the agenda is the appointment of an assistant treasurer. Did I put this under Lundy or me? I put it under Lundy. Mr. Lundy, if you would like to make and speak to the motion, please go ahead. The floor is yours. Danny? Mr. Lundy?
Sorry. So yeah, the Boone County's lost, everyone else's gained. Ronnie's he's a banker. He's just filling out big piles of paperwork. I know Michael's had a lot on his plate, and we've talked about having backup and assistance for our officers for a long time, so that we don't get caught in a place where, hey, Clayton can't make it for the next 6 months because he got hit by a bus, and then we just don't have a secretary. So, having backups is important, and Ronnie has checked with his employer, and they have signed off on it. They had problems with him running for Indiana State House, but he would be more than willing to back Michael up and help him out and getting these reports out and taking care of all the secretarial duties. That way, it takes some of the pressure off of Michael.
He meant treasurer duties.
Yeah. What did I say? Secretary? Treasurer.
Yep. Mr. Schulteis. You're muted, Michael.
Sorry. Several years ago, we appointed Todd Singer as assistant treasurer. Do we need to rescind that to make Ronnie the assistant treasurer?
No, because all positions expire within each year. All directors and assistants expire at the end of I believe it's at the start of the convention, to be technical. So no, we can. Mr. Schulteis, do you have an opinion on this other than that?
I do know Ronnie works for a local bank, so that would be helpful knowledge to have. I do know that our current bank offers certain functionality that we are relying on, so I'm not certain if we would want to change banks due to his employer, but that is possibly something to consider, but I wouldn't.
Believe me, I
Just-
plan on next year at the end of this convention making a motion to switch bank accounts, but it has nothing to do with this. I just hate our current bank. Michelle,
Well, hopefully we do not switch to your bank because I hate that bank.
love my bank. Miss Schillings.
I would like to speak to this motion. He is currently the treasurer for my campaign and does a remarkable job. He is anticipatory of the filing dates, does his due diligence, and ensures that I'm chronically reporting every expense, and really double checks his work. So he's motivated, a true libertarian, and I think he would be an excellent backup to Michael.
I will say he brought donuts to the office one day. It happened to be the one day I wasn't in the office, but he just stopped by thinking I would, because I'm always here. And so the office loves him because they got a case of donuts that day.
You were on a diet anyway. You weren't.
I was, so but I would have eaten it. I didn't, whatever. It's a cheat day. Somebody brings you donuts, it's a cheat day. Any other questions or comments? Okay, hearing none. Mr. Lundy, would you like to actually make the motion?
I make a motion, we appoint Ronnie Dixon as the assistant treasurer.
I'll second.
Moved by Mr. Lundy, seconded by Vice Chair Alexander. Roll call vote.
I don't think we need a roll call because it's not a voting position.
That is true. It's not. So I would accept that. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. Mr. Treasurer, if you can connect with Mr. Dixon, work all of that out. Let's also get him set up with an LPIN.team. Ask Treasurer would be great. That's the abbreviation for assistant, isn't it? Ask Treasurer. LPIN.
ASST typically, but however you want to do it.
I think it's .team or .vote, but either one. Mr. Secretary.
Just to be clear, from what I remember, he's a full member of the SCC, is included in executive session, just can't vote.
No,
right?
not included in executive session unless requested to be involved in executive session, but they have speaking privileges at all board meetings.
Okay.
They can speak to motions, but they can't vote. Okay. Unless there's anything else. Mr. Secretary, I would like for you to start considering an assistant secretary. I'm going to reach out to a couple people who have also expressed interest. But I'd like, in case you get hit by a bus and are laid up by 6 months, as Danny Lundy has stated, we want to make sure that you have backup and help.
Duly considered, and I'm done considering it. I want one.
Okay.
And it's an open secret. I've told everyone, but I do not intend to seek re-election for the next term. I've enjoyed the time.
That, so I wasn't going to blast you about it.
Yeah. So, but it might as well be public. I've enjoyed my time. It's not saying I won't be secretary again, but since I've been elected, I have 3 monthly meetings added to my plate at least, and that's just too many. But so yes, someone to be assistant secretary who'd be willing to run would be great.
Mr. Hagerman.
Do I have to make any changes in Civi for Ronnie's position?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any announcements? that haven't already previously been mentioned? I'm going to drop it in the chat one more time.
Sellersburg celebrates is still
I
going on.
move to adjourn.
There was a motion to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed say nay. Okay, we are adjourned. What I was saying was, please go purchase your ticket for the 50th anniversary again.
Then I can ask for my 10% back.
In writing to the treasurer.
Sellersburg celebrates is still going on. If anyone's bored and wants to look for a good time at a festival, go down to Sellersburg.